So welcome in, guys. Today we're filming another episode of Movie Club Podcast, and we are filming from a different location today because I am in Nashville visiting Kenzie. Alex is obviously not here. He didn't fit in my carry-on, so we just have to leave him in the terminal. I came to Nashville, 1, to visit Kenzie, and 2, to visit Nashville because I've never been. 3, because last night we saw a comedy show. My good friend Connor Wood was performing. Yeah. And it was pretty fun. It was at this place called Zany's, and although they let us in super late to the venue, it was so annoying. We were cold and wet because it was raining. Mm-hmm. But the venue was cool. I don't think I've ever been to it was like a restaurant kind of style, but they had the chairs all turned and you're like in rows with the I don't know.
Yeah, it was like half theater and half restaurant.
Yeah, it was cool though. He brought his tour is called Fibs and Friends, so he had like a bunch of local like Nashville comedians come out, and they were pretty good. So
he had a huge crowd. The line was absurdly long.
Yeah, we thought we got there and we were like, oh no, we're gonna be like at the back.
Yeah, but
we were not.
Turns out we were like closer to the front
yeah.
than others. So.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to take pictures in there, but I got a few sneaky pictures, and I'll put them up here. But
right here, there he is.
They're gonna be vertical pictures. It'll be like here. But yeah, so that was really fun, and now today we have not been. Well, I have not really done anything. I've done some homework. But I've been trapped and stranded at Kenzie's house while she was at work.
Fortunately, I had to go into the office this morning.
She's an adult, so I'm not quite there
I had to work for the man, but we're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
But now we're chilling. We're going to film this episode, maybe get a little more work done, and then maybe have a little fun tonight. So the main goal of today is to find out what Kenzie's favorite movies are. The episodes have been ranging from 4 favorites to 17 favorites. It's really wherever your heart is telling you to go.
Okay. I would like to
in whatever order you want to go in as well. Like, not least favorite, but like, you could talk about, if you wanted, I'm going to give you the platform as well if you want to talk about your least favorite movie.
I hate
most disappointing movie.
Okay.
Like, just anything you're thinking. But yeah, you can go from, if you're your favorites list, you can go from top to bottom to top, whatever, middle.
I don't really think I have like a designated
list.
You
each have like a couple.
It's just kind of the movies that like I think about most frequently.
Okay, that's fair.
I have my rewatchables.
Okay, yeah.
Which I would consider my favorite.
Okay, well, whatever movie you want to start with, we'll go right into that.
Let's start with Surf's Up.
Okay. She started to mention this before we started filming, and I was like, wait, save it for the podcast.
One of the most underrated animated films of all time. But at this point in life, I really don't think it's that underrated. I think people have started understanding.
I would consider it cult classic now.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, we talked about this last week.
Shia LaBeouf's best role.
I did not. Maybe we did, because we talked about this last week, because this was on
Jeff Bridges too.
That would make sense more than Shia LaBeouf, but
don't quote me on that because
we'll look it up. But
it is definitely Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, because it's on Declan's list, and we were talking about it last week.
Of course, it's on Declan's list.
And I've tried, because we talked a lot about it, but like I was confused because I was like, so is it only penguins?
There's chickens involved,
right?
And birds.
Because I was confused. He was like, yeah, it's the only, like, Chicken Joe is the only chicken in the movie. But then I was like, so that's weird. Like, we're in a universe where penguins are the only thing that exists and then a random chicken. But then he was like, no, he was actually like, wait, the announcer is like a hamster or like a porcupine or something.
What? He's a porcupine, I think.
Yeah.
What is he? He's some sort of haired.
I think I saw that. Never mind. I don't know. I don't remember who voiced that. I swear it was Matthew McConaughey, but now I might be thinking of Sing.
It's not Matthew McConaughey.
Because he voices that I think the announcer got insane.
I don't think it's Matthew McConaughey. That's a great question. I kind of want to look up the cast. It is Jeff Bridges and Shia LaBeouf, who is Zooey Deschanel. I wish they put like the animated characters next to them. Okay.
Oh, there's gonna be a picture on the screen already.
Mockumentary genius. Cody is me. Let me.
That is the same thing.
Cody comes from a town where surfing is not important to anybody but him. And basically his brother is like, you're not worthy of anything. And he's like, I just want to surf. And so then they start playing Drive by Incubus.
Okay.
Which, an amazing song choice for that soundtrack. I think that's how you say the band name.
Incubus?
Incubus? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. So then that's playing, and he's like...
Watch us both be wrong, and it's like not even... I'm like saying it so confidently, and then it's like not.
It's one of those, probably. But then he like walks around, we're getting some backstory of how he feels, and nobody just lets him be who he wants to be. So
it's reminding me of another movie.
Cody is me. Just let me be me. Let him go after his surfing dreams.
Yeah.
And then he meets his best friend, then he meets his idol. He learns how to surf, meets a girl, and she has to pee on his foot.
Oh
no, Big Z pees on his foot. We're watching this tonight.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Top-rated film.
Interesting. I think I mentioned this before as well, but I think I've seen it, or at least portions of it.
You've definitely seen clips, for sure.
But I just, like, don't, like, when you both said it was, like, a documentary, like, mockumentary stuff, I was like, what? Because, like, I love that. Like, that's so fun, because it's, like, it reminds me a little bit of, like, you know, this is a reach. You know, the old, like, Barbie movies, like, not Tangled, like, Rapunzel, like, Swan Lake, like, all those.
Yeah, and they'll do, like, the
bloopers. Yeah, and it's, like, it makes you feel like those, like, characters are, like, real actors who are, like, acting.
Dude, yes. My favorite was Princess and the Pauper.
Yes, with the guy.
And after, when he was, like, doing something, and then he was, like, and, like, started moonwalking back, and she was like, oh, my God, stop.
Yeah, that's what that reminds me of, because, like, you're putting a camera in a universe where it just feels like it's just, like, an artwork almost.
I love it. I think it's amazing. Plus, I love the little kid Arnold that she's like
a phone call, but
the lifeguard, and she's like, you're gonna get brain damage, and it's this like little penguin. He's like this big, and he just keeps wanting to swim, but he's like, help, I'm drowning.
Wait, what movie am I thinking of where it's like that, like, duck or like chicken, and she's got like the funky teeth, and then she's got like the pigtails?
I think you're thinking of Chicken Little.
Is she a character in Chicken Little?
I think so.
Okay, never mind. I don't know why that came up. But
Chicken Little is also a great film.
That one I have seen. Chicken Little.
I tried watching that after taking a gummy one night. I had to stop it about 5 minutes in.
Because the sky falls.
Yeah, it was a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
It was a little bit much
for
me to handle.
You know when there's like certain references and you say them all the time and you can never really remember what they're from, or like sometimes when you find out what they're from, you're like,
yeah, like your Glee moment the other day.
Yeah, well that one I did know. I because I just didn't know what the context of it was. Yeah, I've recently picked up Glee.
As she should have many years ago.
Yeah, a lot of people have told me that it's very surprising, Sydney especially, that me, a woman of culture, has not seen Glee. A woman that loves musical comedy, musical theater.
Right.
I just think that I wasn't, like, it was one of those things where, like, I didn't watch it at a certain age, so it wasn't gonna be something I watched.
Yeah.
I don't know. So then I started watching it, and I think my main push was because Brooke and Connor, she recently did an Obsessed episode about it. Like, obsessed with, I think the title is Obsessed with Jesse St. James.
God,
First of all,
so
me.
valid.
And I wanted to watch the episode and understand it. So I was watching it, and she was making all these, like, references, and I was like, wait. And so I took the extreme, so I'm watching an entire show to understand a podcast episode.
That's dedication. I need to watch Connor and Brooke's podcast.
It's so good.
I just, like, honestly don't watch or listen to many podcasts. Here I am on this one.
I watched theirs, I watched Brittany's, and then I watched Brooke's, like, Obsessed podcast.
Yeah,
which is, like,
I think the most I've watched is Brittany's.
Yeah.
And it's still just, like, clips, but
yeah.
love her.
I just, like, put them on when I'm, like, eating, or, like, when I'm cleaning, and I can just, like, have it on the background where I'm, like, I can look up occasionally, or if, like, at night I put on a podcast episode, and, like, I play my games on my phone, and then, like, yeah.
Let me just talk about my slight obsession with war films.
Okay.
I think...
Too bad Alex isn't here. He would love this conversation.
Yeah?
His favorite movie is... Well, actually, I don't know if he would love this conversation, but his favorite movie is 1917. But I'll let you get into
Good
your...
one. I just, like... Hacksaw Ridge is probably one of my top... It's kind of a... Not many people have seen it.
I mean, I know what it is, but I have not.
It's a good one.
I'm not a huge war... Well...
I like it just because it hurts.
Yeah, I just don't seek them out.
Yeah.
Usually. If someone wants to watch it, I'll watch it.
But it's really just a man in a uniform also. Technically, you could consider, like, Top Gun.
Now, Top Gun is, like, I had seen Top Gun, the original.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't, like, remember it too much. Like, I think we watched it literally on the bus ride down to Disney in 8th grade.
Right.
And I watched Maverick when it came out in theaters, and I was like, oh my god, that was a good movie.
Incredible, especially when you put Glenn Powell and Miles Teller in there.
Yeah, and I'm not even a Miles Teller fan, I'll be honest.
You put the mustache.
But you know what I am a fan of? A mustache. So that was...
I think every man in this
impactful.
world should have a mustache.
I do want to thank Miles Teller and that movie.
He really brought it to life. He brought a worldwide appreciation.
He really took my underground niche obsessions and made more men aware of it. And I want to thank him for that, because the world's a lot brighter with all these mustaches we have in it now.
Yep. Side note, very thankful that Nashville men, 90% have mustaches. So I will not be moving anytime soon.
Yeah, Kenzie. Yeah, I'm gonna be another thankful shout out to Kenzie. So I had a reason to come to Nashville to visit my husband, Connor Wood, and to explore the sights, of Nashville.
They're all very talented and fairly sexy. So yeah, that, also Saving Private Ryan. I liked that movie because I had to pause it at least 10 times within the first 15 minutes because of how horrible it was. And here's my point.
Okay.
We will probably never understand as a generation the type, like, the actual trauma of something like that.
Yeah.
And there's just something about a man who's, like, his whole half body is blown off and he's, like, screaming for his mother that I just, like, love movies that I personally just feel a weight from.
Right.
Because I want to be impacted in that way.
Yeah, I do really like sad movies. Like, sometimes I'll be like, I need to put on a sad movie right now. Like, I want to feel something. You know, like, movies are powerful. TV shows are powerful.
Feeling patriotic a bit. Did you see the Men in the Boat?
No, I didn't. The Boys in the Boat?
Boys in the Boat, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look appetizing to me.
I loved it. Cinematography, George Clooney did a good job.
From what I was seeing, it was seeming like it was going to be too Oscar bait-y kind of a movie. Even though it didn't get nominated for anything, I don't think.
Right.
Or maybe
Wasn't it Callum Turner that was Callum Turner?
Yeah.
He was good. Then I found out that all the men who were playing American boys were British or Australian, European of some sense, and I was like, dang, that's why they're so attractive.
They're not.
Because none of them are from the United States.
No, I've heard fine things about it, but it just like, I don't know. I don't even know what it's
Did you
about.
see the Iron Claw?
Not Kenzie. That
is
Can you see?
movie.
Are you watching my eye twitch?
No, I haven't seen it.
It twitches sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no, the Iron Claw is also a film.
Yeah.
That hurts.
That one.
So good.
I saw it with my sister in theaters, and then I saw it with Declan.
I saw it by myself. I'm so happy I saw it by myself because I was really not close to anyone enough here to have them see me cry in such a way. We've had an exhausting day, guys. We were up way too late last night, and we were both up way too early yesterday morning. So we're good.
I saw it with my sister, and it was like gut wrenching. Like, I knew it was gonna be sad, but I didn't know it was gonna be that sad because I didn't know. Like, I obviously know it's like true story, like based on a real family. I did not know their story. I did not know how awful. I like to say awful, like awful. There's certain words I accidentally say with an accent, like Chicago.
I started doing that. My roommate's from Chicago, and she always said that. She's always like,
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a certain We'll get into that later. And it was awful.
Yeah.
And then I saw it again with Declan, and I knew it was coming, and it still got me.
Mm-hmm.
It was not fun. I mean, like, it was.
Yeah.
It's just, and then the music.
It was the end scene on the boat that
Yeah.
really. Did you know there's another brother in
Yeah.
real life that they left out?
Yeah, because his story was too tragic.
We found out where Connor went. We didn't have cash. We couldn't have.
I had cash.
Baby, I was too tired. I would have lasted 3 seconds in that place.
I would have lasted 3 seconds too, due to the fact of me passing away at the sight of him.
Yeah, I would have been like, okay, Lily, let me drag you back to the car. I'm like, actually, Connor, could you help me? I'm just not strong enough.
Hey, what?
Dude, with Logan being there, that would have been a great segue. I would have been like, oh, you're one of our clients. I've never met you before.
He went to UGA too.
Yeah. And we could have talked Athens, like, crazy.
Then we could have been like, Connor, come to Athens.
You live and you learn.
You go to 40 Watt. Anyway.
What were we talking about? The Iron Claw.
Iron Claw. Yeah. Basically, it's a really sad movie, and watch it if you want to be really sad.
Everyone should watch it.
Or if you want to see Zac Efron's, like, best performance.
Literally, his best performance. If you just ignore... It's...
His face is looking a little more normal now.
It's just also the style of, like, how they dressed.
Yeah. With the bowl cut and everything.
But I've just never seen him do so well in a role. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Can we talk Princess and the Pauper?
Yeah. Thought you would never ask.
Like, that movie changed my life.
You were just like me. No, my sisters and I had, like, the little dolls. And, like, I think we would, like with anything with sisters is, like, there's a group of 3 or, like, because there's 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Jonas Brothers, we each had our Jonas Brother, you know? Like, the
What about the Chipmunks?
Chipmunks, I think we each had our Chipmunks.
Good.
But the Princess and the Pauper, I think it was just, like, mostly me and my, like, the middle sister. We would, like, swap back and forth, like, who we were.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, well, even though you don't have blonde hair, you can be this one.
I had my childhood best friend, Caitlin, and she had brown hair and I had really blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just like, we are Princess and the Pauper.
Yeah.
We never dressed up as it, though. And we really
I don't
should
think
have.
we ever did either. We just had this little, like, it was, like, almost like, I think they were Polly Pockets. Or, like, Polly Pocket-esque.
Did you used to chew on Polly Pocket
Yes,
clothes?
of course I did. Put a Polly Pocket dress in front of me right now, I'm going to still chew it. Sensory toy.
Correct.
We had when they had, like, the rubber dresses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I chewed on those, too.
Yeah. I'm thinking of, like, the skirts that
Yes.
Polly Pockets.
So hungry right now.
You're hungry for the rubber skirts? Oh, yeah.
I'm longing for a rubber skirt right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that movie is incredible. I'm obsessed with all the Barbie movies. Like, freshman year, I think we made Alex watch Swan Lake, Island Princess, which for me, I really like that movie, but it's so hard to get through because of that stupid elephant. I hate that elephant.
I haven't watched any of them besides Princess and the Pauper in so long.
Oh, yeah.
That I couldn't even... Which
my
one
favorite
is,
was always...
Bibble in?
Those are, like, the Mermaidia and the Fairytopia.
Okay.
My favorite always will be, hands down, 12 Dancing Princesses.
That's a good one.
God, are you kidding me? Like...
Which one was the one... Oh, my gosh. And she, like, painted...
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Painted, I think there was a dragon.
I think that's just the Rapunzel one.
It might be.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I want to watch that.
I'll watch those tonight, too.
Yeah, if we can find them somewhere.
I think they're on... We'll find them. Trust me, we'll find them.
I also resurfaced the Care Bear movie the other day. Which I, like, totally forgot. And then I was talking
That's
to
the one with,
friends.
like, that evil guy.
I think.
You know what I'm talking about? He's, like, wears all black, and he, like, tries to sabotage them.
Why don't I remember?
That's the evil guy, and literally...
He's mean and he tries to sabotage them.
Well, I'll put up a picture if I know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, there'll be a picture of something else right here.
Care Bears were amazing. Put a picture of Bibble if not.
Yeah.
Here's Bibble.
There was... Because I feel like I'm mixing up... No, I think that is what I'm thinking. Or maybe I'm thinking of, like, Gargamel. Isn't Gargamel, like, the, Smurfs?
Yes. Yeah, Smurfs movie? Okay, also, the Smurfs, I was obsessed with them for, like, I had a themed birthday party, and then I took up painting, and I only painted Smurfs for, like, a while. Oh my god, Care Bears are so cutie. There's so many of them.
I want to take a BuzzFeed quiz to pick which one I am.
Care Bear movie characters. There's 2 movies.
Wait, what was that guy?
Mr. Cherrywood.
He looks not evil.
Him?
Maybe. I don't think so, though. Maybe it's not Care Bears that I'm thinking of. What else is, like, similar? Maybe it's... I might be thinking... No.
What about, like, Teletubbies, maybe?
No, I might be thinking of Strawberry Shortcake.
Ooh. Strawberry Shortcake? Okay, when they...
But I swear it's
that
Care
one
Bears.
episode...
I'll have to do my own personal research on
Okay. Now we're on Strawberry Shortcake,
yes,
though.
That's
First of all, I don't know why they changed the animation from, like, the 2010 one.
They like, if you look, there's, like, a chart that shows, like, 19 whatever through, and it keeps changing, and it's like...
Why? Why change something that is perfectly
if it
fine?
ain't broke.
Exactly. But anyway, the one episode where they're, like, collecting all the berries, and they're on, like, this secret island, and then they get the berries, and in the morning they wake up.
We're talking about Strawberry Shortcake. Okay.
Yeah. In the morning they wake up and they're gone, and then it turns out this girl, she's like, you're stealing all of my berries, and there's, like, this big storm, and their net gets tangled.
Isn't there something where, like, a pie gets stolen from their window? Or is that just, like, a classic trope?
Yeah, this girl, like, keeps coming up and she's, like, stealing their food. I don't know if it was a pie. There's also... I'm gonna get way side. No, I can't mention this because I don't actually know the name of it and it's gonna drive me crazy.
No, tell me. I want to know.
I'm pretty sure it was a Strawberry Shortcake spin-off, and this girl and her family... It's, like, her and her best friend and her family, they go to this, like, cabin, and it's... And they were, like, doing... All I remember... You guys have animated foods that you have always wanted to try.
Mm-hmm.
And specifically from this movie, one, they would tap trees and syrup would come out, and it was, like, the best looking syrup I've ever seen in my life. And then they would eat broccoli and cauliflower with, like, warm cheese. I've never had that in real life, but
what?
that
like
version,
a fondue?
No, I've never had fondue. I've had chocolate.
I got sick after fondue one time.
Yeah.
The melting pot.
Can queso and chips be like fondue?
I guess. I think fondue itself is, like, specifically, like, in a pot. like being warmed constantly.
Okay.
But I think it's like, I don't know.
But I haven't been able to find this movie in years.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Know what it is. I'll check my work email really quick. I'm currently on the clock. Don't tell anybody.
You just told all of them. All of my 23 subscribers.
Nobody needs me right now. We're good.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, rewatched Care Bear movie, princess movies. We need to watch the Rapunzel one.
Yeah, that one's incredible.
And maybe 12 Dancing Princesses.
Because they're not very long.
No, they're like 45 minutes.
Yeah. Oh god,
Maybe
now I'm thinking about animated food. I need to think of something.
Maybe like a Krabby Patty.
Yeah. It just looks like a regular, honestly
yeah.
looks like a bland burger to me.
But that broccoli and
that sounds like that would be life-changing to me, actually.
Yeah. This is the thing, I just don't have them off the top of my head. Should we go into La La Land or should we not?
We can go into La La Land.
Okay.
You knew it was coming, guys. Just be honest.
Let's be real. Any girl who has ever felt in her life and has appreciated film and Damien Chazelle.
Damien Chazelle, the man you are. Did you see he just got picked up for a new project?
No.
Thank God.
This man. I rewatched Whiplash the other day.
And I rewatched La La Land the other day. And let me just tell you.
I had to put months in between my rewatchings of La La Land.
Yeah. No, I was
yeah.
due for a rewatch.
Unless it's a night where you were like, I must.
I like to, so I'm gonna take the back seat because they all know my opinions on La La Land. I'd like to hear why you specifically love it.
I appreciate it. One, because jazz music is not talked about enough.
Right.
And I will say La La Land did resurface a lot of my appreciation for that. But, I mean, the ending is just probably top 5.
I was going to ask what your opinions are on the ending. Because I've gotten mixed reviews. Some people would say they want to change it. Some people say it's gut-wrenching, but it's perfect the way it is.
Mm-hmm. I would say that.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of real. Like,
that's exactly what I say. I like the movie because it's realistic.
We don't always have the perfect... And let's be real.
Yeah.
When it comes to entertainment...
Everyone, if you're listening to this, take your hands off the wheel and just listen. Close your eyes and listen.
Especially in entertainment-related careers that are two separate, but they have the same passion and love for things, and they both want each other to succeed. And sometimes you cannot be with a person when you both want to succeed in such different ways.
Yeah. And the thing about the movie is they have so much love and support for each other.
Right.
And they want each other to be so successful. And it's like, it almost feels like it's like a case of like right person, wrong time. But like, I disagree with that. Because it was the right person and the right time. And they just weren't meant to end up together.
Right.
Because when you see the fantasy montage, right, of them when they like lock eyes and they like go through everything, that's just not realistic.
Mm-mm.
Because if he would have said no,
because it's too easy.
I'm gonna keep talking and I'm just gonna put videos over what we're saying.
Okay.
Or pictures, rather. Because I'm gonna lose my train of thought. But if they had both, like if he says no to John Legend, like he's like in the montage, he's like, just kidding, like we're talking, leave me alone. And then she becomes an actress. He gets to make a bar in France, chicken on the stick. Like he does all this stuff. That's not necessarily what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
If they said no, like, granted, it would have been the best possible outcome, but like I think they were right for each other in the time that they knew each other.
They learned so much. And think about, specifically, let's talk about her character.
Yeah.
He believed in her so much and genuinely pushed her to do better because she was ready to quit. Yeah. She was like, I have been trying this for so long. And he was like, no, you are too good.
Yeah.
Screw him for not showing up to her show. But
I know, I was going to say, one of the most gut-wrenching things is him not showing up to the show.
Right, because she just wanted him there.
But then when he, like, shows up to her house and she's like, how did you know where I lived? And he was like, you said the house in front of the library.
Like are you kidding?
He just found it.
It's absurd. Like, imagine a man, and they weren't even together at that point, were they?
Right.
No.
Like, if you think about it, it could be considered a little creepy, right?
But
like,
it's love.
He's found where she lives.
Every woman kind of wants that, though.
But, like, he listened.
Yeah.
He took note.
He paid attention.
Of where she said she grew up.
Right.
Because then I don't know, like, I just, like, I have to...
It is just real. It's heartbreaking because there are people in your life that you want to hold on to, but you cannot be the fullest version of yourself alongside them as much as you want to be. But it's like,
because they needed each other in the time that they met. Like,
yeah.
It was destiny.
Like, Sebs would have never been Sebs if it weren't for her.
I know. It's like when he walks in, when she walks in, and the blue light is shining on her face, and then we get the reverse shot of Sebs, and you're like,
and you are genuinely like,
because that's her design, and she knows it's him. Like,
how oblivious her husband is to all of this.
Can you imagine? Like, do you think her husband knows who he is?
Yeah, do you think they talked?
I guess not, because he would have like said something like, "Oh, look, it's that guy."
I just like when he sees her, and it's like the last like the smile and the nod.
I can't, because I have that image in my saved photos, because I like
but aren't you so happy they get that moment?
Because yes, but it's like, it's so gut-wrenching.
It's beautiful.
Oh my god, and
it's gorgeous.
I could talk, like, in the ones, like, one of my favorite things is when he walks her to her car in the beginning, and she's like, do you want to ride to your car? And he's like, no, I'm like right up here. And then as soon as she's out of the line of sight, he walks back down to the front of the party because he was parked in front of the party the entire time. He just walked with her so he could walk her to her car.
Yeah. I mean, I love a man who can play piano too. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Let's break that one down.
Let's talk about that. If they can play a musical instrument.
And it's just like the passion. Like, he's so passionate about it.
They both love what they do so much. And when they're honestly in human desire, watching somebody have so much passion for something and then watching them talk about it, like, it makes you want that for them. It could be a stranger. They come up to me and tell me about their dreams, and you can tell that they are so genuine about it. I'm like, how can I help you do that? Like, that, his producer mentality.
No, he's just like, they're just like, ugh, they were like lifting each other up. Yeah. That it was just so special. Okay.
I can't talk about this anymore.
So that's gonna wrap our talk on La La Land, because if I start talking about it any longer, I'm gonna need to watch it again.
Yeah. Don't even get me into the color schemes.
Nope.
I think we studied that a little bit in school.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's just genius. Nobody can say, if anyone says they don't like that movie, they don't understand it fully.
If anyone says it's overrated, jail time.
Just let
executed. Yeah. Like, you're executed, sorry.
That's hard. Execute.
Like, you don't have to say you love it, but if you say it's overrated, you don't understand cinema.
Yeah. Let me take a shift to Remember the Titans.
Okay.
I love that movie.
Ryan's in that too.
Right. That's why I was like, what other... When they're in the locker room singing Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Beautiful. When Gary gets in the car accident, heart-wrenching. When they win, when they do their dance to distract the other team.
I love that. I literally just mouthed to Kenzie that I haven't seen it, and she's telling me all these. She's saying them in a way that it's supposed to, like, jog my memory.
Yeah.
But it's not working.
Beautiful. You need to watch that movie, Lily.
I know, there's a lot of movies I need to watch.
Denzel Washington, little baby Hayden Panettiere, whatever her last name is.
I don't know that one.
And anything that deals with people, like desegregation coming together and like people being like, I love you, dude. This is crazy because I actually watched a documentary about this the other day, and it was a story, just like Remember the Titans. It was beautiful. Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
I guess Lily hasn't seen that one, so she can't talk about it.
No, but you could, I mean, you did talk. That's the thing is, I
recommend, if you like sports as well.
I mean, I will probably watch it eventually because I am I've been for several years now, working my way through.
It's a heartfelt
Ryan's filmography.
We should also talk about How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Oh, I could talk about that one.
Because that's probably my favorite. That one and 10 Things I Hate About You are probably my top two. Also, The Proposal, I feel like is a very underrated
It's
rom-com.
So good.
Because our Ryans know comedy. They know good comedic timing.
And that's the thing is put Ryan in more comedies is what I'm saying.
Right. Saturday Night Live tonight.
Tomorrow night.
Oh my god, it is only Friday.
No, I know, and I'm gonna be. Yeah. Oh my god, because it's Ryan and Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton is my love. Ain't no better voice. Ain't no mountain high.
Yes, that's gonna be incredible. I'm so excited. We're gonna have to. Maybe we'll watch a few of his old sketches after this to get excited. The papyrus sketch.
We also watched the video of him dancing as like a 7-year-old.
Oh, obviously.
Cool. We also need to watch the I'm Just Ken performance from the Oscars.
The amount of times I've watched it, Kenzie, it's unreal. Like, I'm obsessed with that man.
And then that brings us back to La La Land again.
We can't
we can't keep doing this.
We can't keep doing this.
And he is performing. They will never escape that. I was also thinking, right, when they do the Letterboxd like 4 favorites, imagine Ryan Gosling's like, I know that I'm in it, but La La Land's a pretty freaking good film.
I think he did do his 4 favorites. Letterboxd got him.
He did, but I mean, he didn't say La La Land.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, what if? Like, would people judge that? Because you can...
No, because people put their own movies in there sometimes.
Yeah, you can judge the script.
I think Denis, I don't know how to pronounce it, Denis Villeneuve, Dune director.
Okay.
He put, like, Blade Runner, like, the original in his top 4, and he directed Blade Runner 2049. 49?
I think so.
Yeah. Again, back to Ryan, obviously.
We can talk about Matthew McConaughey, though, and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
We can. Let's get into Matthew McConaughey, the Matthew McConaughey of it all. It's also not centered. I shouldn't have said that to you, but...
Better. Let's talk about one specific scene when he sees her in the yellow dress and he pulls this. If a man looked at me and his hand clutched his heart,
would pass away on the spot again.
I'd be like, so you're in love with me, basically. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, that man is just like something else. Like, I think I recently watched this movie called Fool's Gold.
It's both of them again. Yeah.
And just the way he is,
he's just so captivating.
He's like a gentleman.
Yeah.
Like, he would do anything for the woman he loves.
He is a man. In real life, too. Which I think is why he's so beautifully loves on camera, because he... Just like... Who's his wife again? I don't know. Him and Ryan Gosling.
Camilla McConaughey? I think that's her name. Cool. That movie is just so good, because, like, I like a movie where you can tell... the guy is falling harder than the girl.
You just lost him. Well, Ben, you can't lose somebody you never had.
He's so vain.
Dude. Imagine. Do you know she was 22 when she filmed that? Kate Hudson was 22 years old in that movie.
So, I'm 22 years old.
Why am I not to the movie?
I don't look like that.
Yeah.
But also Matthew McConaughey. It was like the other day. This was several months ago, as in probably almost a year ago, honestly. I don't remember. I have bad concept of time.
Okay.
But there was, so obviously, Dazed and Confused.
Yep.
Good movie. There's another movie by the same director, I believe, that I hadn't heard of. I think it's called Everybody Wants Some.
Yep.
You seen it?
Yeah, Richard Linklater.
Yeah.
I have seen it many a time.
Oh. I had never heard of it.
Glenn Powell's in it too.
Yeah.
And what's his face from Glee? You'll get there, but Ryder from Glee is in it. He's the main guy.
Oh, Brody Jenner.
No, babe.
Not Brody Jenner. What's his?
But everybody wants him.
Yeah.
It's not Brody. I think it might be something Jenner.
I thought it was Brody. He's like abusive.
Yeah,
like
he
like
was
a bad
Melissa
person.
Benoist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Everybody wants him.
Blake Jenner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Zoe Deutsch is Deutsch.
Yeah. Yeah, Zoe and Glenn, love them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one's a good one. I'm a big fan of a movie where nothing happens.
Right. That is totally just like Surf's Up.
I feel like there are stakes in Surf's Up.
I'm just kidding. I just said that because I saw it was the other tab.
Yeah.
That was open.
No,
Everybody Wants Some was a great movie.
Yeah, I just thought about that when we mentioned Matthew because of the whole.
That Matthew also just has such range in acting. Same with Ryan. But I mean,
It all comes back to Ryan in the end of the day.
I just love him. But yeah, I mean, Interstellar in itself.
That one image, I'm gonna put it up again. I can't remember if I ever found it, but the one of him like sob crying.
Right. I also father-children relationships are so beautiful to me. Like, I will cry if I see a man playing baseball with his son and just like enjoying it. So seeing that, I'm also a daddy's girl, so seeing a father-daughter relationship in that way, it's heartbreaking. Sorry guys, wedding videos have taken over my STD card.
Remember last night when she was like talking?
That's why it's in my head. Guys, I swear I'm not just thinking about STDs.
One of the comedians last night just pointed to someone in the crowd and was like, "You look like you've never had an STD before."
Wow, my SD card.
Yeah. So let's talk about another movie before I fall asleep.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk Little Women.
I thought you would never ask. I think I already said that. Anyway.
Yeah,
Little Women is also
Little
is
Women.
on my top 4.
Have you seen any of them beside Greta's?
No, but I want to watch the one with Christian Bale
Yes.
because I love Christian
I've seen
Bale.
parts of it. Can I talk about a Little Women reference in another?
Sure.
So, Friends,
Right.
when Joey puts his scary book in the freezer,
Uh-huh.
and Rachel's like, "Why is your book in the freezer?" Have you seen this episode?
Probably. I've seen all of them.
And he's like, "Oh, I do that when I get scared." And she's like, "Oh, do you like any books that don't star Jack Nichols?" And he's like, "No." So then she's like, "I will read The Shining," was the book. "I'll read The Shining if you read one of my favorite books." Like, because they were talking about books that you reread. And so Rachel was like, "Little Women is mine." And then Joey gets really passionate about it. And he is like, "Beth is getting sick. And she's like, do you want me to put it in the freezer? And he's like, yes.
I remember this.
And then they start, like, ruining it for each other.
Yeah.
And she's like, Beth dies. And he's like, don't tell me that Beth dies. And then Ross is like, don't say that you just ruined the only book that Joey has ever loved. That doesn't star Jack Nicholson. I think that was the line.
Jack Nicholson? Is that your
Nicholson.
name? I was like, who's... The whole time you were talking about, I'm trying to think who Jack Nichols is.
Jack Nicholson, guys. Sorry.
You silly giz.
He's beside the point.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably one of my favorite references to Little Women.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you put Timothy Chalamet and Saoirse Ronan together. It's her birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, girlfriend. And
in Florence.
Yes.
And Laura Dern. You make Laura Dern your mother and
right.
And Bob Odenkirk your father.
Gosh, I forgot Bob was in that.
And Meryl
Gosh.
as the cousin.
Yeah. Wow. That cast is stacked, bro.
The power that Greta has.
When I did an acting for camera class.
And Emma Watson. Sorry.
Also. Yeah. And the dude that plays her husband.
Yeah,
What's
I
his
can't remember
name?
who he is though.
He's beside the point as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
You
Love
did an
that.
acting class?
Oh yeah, and I did an acting for camera class, and we had to film ourselves, and I did the scene where Amy is painting, and she's in the field, and then Laurie comes up, and he's like, don't marry him. And she's like, you're being mean.
You're being mean.
Laurie, you're being mean.
Laurie, you're being mean.
He's like, I have been second to Joe my whole life. And I will not. What did she say?
I don't know.
I won't be this because you can't have her. Like, that is
Yeah.
just not it. That's
the amount of,
crazy.
like, quotable, like, I think it's, I'm not a poet, I'm just a girl, or I'm just a woman, or something like that.
Yeah. When Joe gives her little spiel.
No, I think that was Amy. When she's, like, in the painting gallery, and she, like, talking to Lauren, she's like, well, I'm not a poet, I'm just a woman. Or something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think when they're talking about
it.
marriage and the difference between how it is for women and how it is for men.
And then when Emma Watson's character is like, just because I want different things than you doesn't make my dreams any less important.
Yeah.
Like
Those
she
little
just
kids,
wants to be married and have children, and it doesn't make her any less of a...
She's just in love with her man. Because he's so kind to her. That's it, he's kind. Where are the kind
You have to be
men?
kind and funny and hot, but that's it.
Whenever I found a kind man, but whenever a kind man comes along, you cannot take them for granted.
We're looking at you, Kenzie.
Oh man. Anyway,
Alright, I think that's enough.
this has been real. The sun is coming out. I'm kind of getting the feeling I need a snack.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
And I need to do some more work. So
yeah, I'm gonna edit this maybe. But maybe like take a quick TikTok break first.
Right. I'll probably take a quick TikTok.
Actually, I
break
might just
first.
finish the episode of Glee that I'm on.
Also that. We've also been kind of watching the Masters. I have been at least.
It's definitely for sure on in the background.
Yeah, the wind is insane. But anyway.
And Harry's there.
And Niall.
And Niall. Maybe we'll get some Nary content.
I doubt it. That man's arms are fairly.
I thought you were about to say that. I doubt it.
Oh,
that
this
man...
is the guy that said, "Thank you, brother."
Oh.
And everyone was like,
I thought you were gonna say that man's armed.
no.
Meaning referring to Harry, and I was
His
like, oh.
arms. Also Harry's arms.
Oh my god.
That's devastating. That's gonna be the worst type of putt that he is. That was not hot though.
His misery is hot.
He's like,
You're crazy. Anyway, we're gonna let you guys go. Enjoy whatever day this is posted the rest of that day. And don't look at my face throughout any of this. Just realized my pimple. Alright. My face is so broken out. So don't look at my face. You can just look at Kenzie's or the pictures that we put on the screen.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Gorgeous.